Happy birthday to me. I got this for my birthday. My girlfriend and I have a Hummer H2, and she loves it. I love it. Very cool truck. But you gotta admit, people, when you have your spare tire inside the truck and that back seat is up, there's no room back there. You get like a carton of eggs and there's nothing else that fits. So she decided to give me this. Got really good welds on it. They're very uniform, nothing really boogered up. And quality is really good. Also, the powder coat is really thick on this. This is a unit that she got off of Amazon. Its part number here is ET613, Extraterrestrial 613. And we're going to be hooking this thing up pretty soon. Looks extremely easy to do. If you notice the way these are made, the two elongated holes there, what we're going to do, as you see in the directions, is take off the tow hooks. The bolts will go through there, and this goes behind the tow hook. The tow hooks go right back on, so you do keep those when it's all said and done. Then there's a big stud right here, a big bolt with a nut and a bearing and stuff that will mount so the stud is upward, and that will be what the whole thing rotates back and forth on. This little plate, I'm not quite sure what it is yet, but I guess I'll figure it out. The thing that really kind of surprised me that came with this kit, you do have to relocate your license plate. You don't get a new frame, but you do get this light assembly, and it even has a little pre-terminated plug on there, so I guess we'll see how that works out. But on another birthday, my girlfriend got me a really nice half-inch drive impact that's battery powered, so I guess I'm going to use that to start on this project. Let's get out there to the Hummer and start. You know, I've always thought that working on cars is a great way to get exercise. That's why I made, I don't know, 15, 20 trips to the garage trying to find the right size. I'm going to save you a minute. These are 18 millimeter. Let's go ahead and zing these. That one. 18 millimeter. Remember that. Next step, going to the right side only and tightening this up just to the point where it's not quite snug. Just a little. Not quite. Still have to have this able to move up and down a little bit because the instructions say that will be left just a little loose so you can adjust it. I also found out that that plate is part of the license plate frame assembly. Guess we'll figure that out when we get to it. It'll be on the other side. I'm going to tell you guys now, this is set up 3 layers thick. There's the hook on the outer portion. Behind it is the bracket. And then the plate that will be holding the license plate and license plate light. I can't really video as I'm doing this because I'm trying not to drop anything on my feet. So I'll show you here in just a second what it looks like when it's right there. Now, does this better explain what I'm doing here? See how the plate comes up to the side here. There's the holes where the light's going to go through. And the plate, I don't know if you can tell there, there's a bolt hole here and a bolt hole right here. Meanwhile, these things right here are once again left a little loose because once we put the other components on there, we have to kind of get it fitting the way that it should, and then once it does, we'll tighten it down. Admittedly, I have found no instructions that have to do with this and these pieces here. It's just kind of part of the picture. There's not a whole lot of detail there. Yeah, it's in that picture right there. But I'm assuming, since it has this big stud here, and a bearing here, I'm just wondering if the bearing should be aiming up or down, but the way that it's made, the way the rest of the hinge setup is made, I think it can go either, but I'll let you know here once I put that on there. I'm just about ready to mount this piece onto that. So let's do that. By the way, there is only one way this can go, because if it's facing the other direction, it won't have its rotation needed. So that's going to go over this way when it's done. However, before I do that, that has to come over here and be bolted onto the side of this. So I'll do that real quick. Man, I was so sure they forgot to give me a bolt, but they didn't. One bolt on the top that you don't quite tighten all the way, because not only can you rotate this outward away from the truck, when you rotate it out, you can rotate it up. Now that's pretty cool. Everything's still loose, so nothing's going to line up yet, but getting close, and this has been really easy so far. I don't want to jinx it, but I think I'm going to put the nut on over here, line it up with the pin there and here, and then tighten up the tow hooks. I am pleasantly surprised, man. I still have to tighten that down, but it has a poly nut in there, so it'll stay down. Got your quick connect here. Over on this side, a traditional hitch pin. This is really a cool setup. Like I said, I'll be changing these out for locks, but that's just about a minute or two away. Then I'm going to heave the spare tire up on there and see what we got there. But man, this has been easy so far. As I pointed out to you earlier, I think this is going to be an easy setup, but you just never know. Looks like it just goes through there. I'm going to go ahead and put a little blue Loctite on those little nuts, because they are some little bitty critters. Yes, I'm in bare feet. Grew up in Kentucky. It's my birthright. Well, damn. See that? That's a backup camera. It's in the hatch. And now the license plate's going to be down here. And maybe I can help you guys with a little more than I thought I was going to. Because I think I have to put that down here. I thought about it, came back outside, made an executive decision, and what I'm going to do is leave this right here for now. I am moving the plate, but I'm going to put that backup camera right back where it was, because I don't yet know how many wires there are, how much I have to, I mean, because if you think about it, it's probably going to have to come over here wherever the harness goes into the hatch. I'll have to open up the hatch to see, but then it's probably going to have to come down this C-pillar and then come out under the bumper and over here, so that might be a bit involved. So what I'm going to do right now is finish this up, tighten all the stuff, which is basically the little bolt that's on top there, the little nut there, and of course the poly lock one. That thing's huge, by the way. That's got to be 1 1/8 or 1 1/4 inches. I'll tell you here in just a second, unless I just get lazy and get an adjustable on there. But I'm going to also, I realize that a lot of you guys may have stock tires and wheels. So before I put the aftermarket tire and wheel on here, I'm going to put a stock one on so you can see if the stock, and I mean it's the stock size tire and everything, but I just want you to see how it fits with totally stock components, and then that way you can decide if you like it. But tighten some stuff down, get the tire up there, and be right back. Man, I gotta tell you, I was saying that that nut right there is huge. I just put 1.5 inch wrench on it, and it was too small. So I got out my big adjustable, but holy crap. We'll get it handled now, and it's going to take 8 days because it's got that poly lock on there, but this thing is the size of a 70s Buick. Dang. Well, there's the original tire. Wait, that's not it at all. Oh, it's that one. That's the exact stock size. So if you have a stock setup on yours, you'll be able to see exactly how this thing fits on your H2 03 to 09. Keep in mind, my truck actually has a different set of tires and wheels on it. They're 22s, and I will be switching that out. But for now, this is that original BF Goodrich that's going to go on. One thing I do want to show you before this tire's on here is, see there's a little play in here? And it kind of has to be, because that pin right there has to be able to kind of come out of there loosely. I'm going to tighten this down a little bit to see if I can pull a little bit of that out of there, but there has to be a little bit of play so everything can fit in there. So one thing I will tell you is I've had really good luck with some adhesive back sound deadener that goes inside cars, and maybe we can put a little slice in here or something, but let's get this tire on here. I'm not looking forward to this. That thing, it weighs a lot. A lot. It occurred to me you guys may want to see what it looks like from the inside. And as you can see, that's sticking up, let's say, 6 inches from the base there. And Gonna have to relocate that backup camera, but that's what it looks like inside. Now let's see outside. Stock size tire and wheel combination. And that stock size tire is a 315 70R17. There are 3 attachment points. It looks like you could probably put the center cap back on. We're going to opt for having a cover that goes on this. And like I said, this tire will not be staying on the back. I just put it on so you guys could see what the stock looks like. There's the distance between the truck. Now, what I'm going to have to do down here, this is the plug that goes to the license plate light. What I'm going to have to do, since I have a backup camera in there, I'm going to have to probably extend its harness, put it up through the very top here. It's probably going to go in somewhere around here, so I'll have to come back down under this and find a way to get down under everything and obviously take it here. I think the backup camera will still work just fine right there, but I'll find out. And you see there's a little movement there. I'm still going to tighten down this like I said I was going to, just about a revolution. We want it tight enough where it'll move, but has a little friction to it. But anyway, that's what it looks like as of right now with the stock tire. Kind of looks big on there, doesn't it? But surprisingly is not that big of a deal when you're inside the truck. And once again, when you're doing this, when you're removing it, pull the pin out right there, pull this, rotate the whole thing to the side. It'll fall down because that pin gives it some extra room there. If you want it to not fall, you can always put a larger pin in there that takes up the space better. You also could change it out with this one here and make it so the smaller pins over here and the big pins in there. But as of right now, that's how it opens up. And also, like I said, once this pin is out, the entire unit will fold upward. That would be a heavy thing to try to do, but to each his own, man. Put this back over here, and you'll see the little tongue right here that it slides up on. Well, I changed out a couple things. I put the larger pin over here so it wouldn't rotate downward as it was pulled off his latch over here. Also tightened up that really big nut there. And over here, this is just not going to work, because when this is pulled up and put into position, this is just, you can see that's crazy loose. So I'm gonna probably just do a Harbor Freight little replacement that's the couple sizes up. Anyway, as of right now, that's what it is. I'm gonna take a drive down the road and see if I hear any rattles. I am officially impressed, man. Took it around the block, hit all kinds of bumps, and I know these things are well insulated, so there's a lot of stuff you don't hear, but before I took off, I tightened up the little bolt and the big bolt and tightened up the lug nuts and made sure everything was just kind of the way it should be. Went around the road there and hit some bumps and not a single squeak. But what I'm still going to do is put some really nice kind of insulator type stuff in there, an adhesive back thing, maybe some kind of felt based thing. But really, don't hear those squeaks anymore. I'll take it. Yeah, like I said earlier, the type of wheel that's going on there is that. It's a 22, like a 325/50 22. They look so little when you look at the truck like this. That's crazy. Anyway, that's the end of the project, man. I'm going to come back on another video and wire this thing, because that's pretty straightforward. All you really do is undo the wire going to the license plate light and hook it up to that. At least that's what they say is involved. I'll probably have to like remove the engine. That's how my luck goes. Alright, let's see what we got here. Man, I tell you, don't let them tell you Florida's not hot in September, because it is. Driving down the road now, can't honestly go very far because I just realized that when I put that thing on the back, remember how it covers the license plate? So I'm driving without a visible plate right now. Just going around the block trying to hit some bumps. But as of right now, can you see that back there? It's pretty cool. I like it. I am, however, going to put some little felt adhesive back stuff in there at some of the points that are going to have the most friction and most movement, because obviously no matter how well they've been powder coated, once that stuff comes off, it's just going to be rust. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to make a video later on and show you how I relocated that backup camera, because I'm sure a lot of you guys have backup cameras, and I really like having mine. I will have it again. I think I'm just going to extend a harness. I hope there's no weird video cable that can't be extended or anything, but I think I've got it. Thank you guys for watching, man, as we build up this Hummer H2. Have a good night. Please like and subscribe. I watched a whole bunch of analytics when it comes to my channel, and it's like 95% of the people watch the video and they don't just go to the bottom there and hit like or click on subscribe. So if you would do that, man, I sure would appreciate it, because I love doing these videos, and the subscriber rate's been kicking up and the views and all that. I want to keep doing them. So you guys have a great one. See ya.